Hey everybody, welcome back to Bro Op Banter. I'm joined as always by my brother, and we are playing Spray Paint Simulator. Today we want to discuss just a bunch of games that we would personally recommend that we feel that
Should look
people
for
need
whatever's
to
powering
play.
the barriers.
They may be very popular and obvious choices. They may be niche. We don't really have a limit. It's just as we think about them and as we want to get things done. And that's the coolest satellite dish gun ever. And is that a spaceship up there? Oh well. So, with
Not
that
the
being
sturdiest one I
said,
ever thought
welcome
I'd
to
put
the
these characters
episode.
down.
Feel free to like the video, subscribe because you know you want to, and offer your thoughts on must play games down in the comments. Odds are we're going to have an opinion on them one way or another. So let us know what they are and we'll do our best to comment on them. Is that
That
something?
shed's
Because I
roof
was getting ready to
looks
jump up there.
worth a
It's a
shot.
bobblehead. It's a
Bobblehead?
300 experience.
Okay. I wonder if I got it too. I think so.
You should have.
All right.
I have a knack for finding the bobbleheads because I just explore random places. My first pick, again, though, this isn't like there's an actual number or list. It's just these are games we enjoy. Uncharted 1.
There you go.
Now, I will fully admit, a lot of my games are probably going to be older ones that are beginning of franchises, and by today's standards, they're not always going to be as fresh and good as they used to be, but because I mean, admittedly, Uncharted 2 does everything Uncharted 1 does, but better. But Uncharted starts the franchise. It introduces you to the characters. It begins the, I won't say overarching story, just the, like I said, the characters and stuff and the adventure, but just a fun, good game with a entertaining story. The shooting elements might not hold up as well as they used to, but that being said, it's still not the worst combat ever in games. Graphics for how they were stylized still hold up.
They do.
Humor's fantastic in that game. And in the end, just overall, yeah, just a fun, entertaining time.
That's fair. Yeah, and I gotta agree with you. It does hold up. I played it 2 years ago now.
2 years? Yeah, 2 years.
For the first time at your recommendation, and yeah, it is an older game and it is not
Repeated
leading edge
recommendation.
graphics, but I had zero complaint with it. And I like older games, but they frequently give me a headache, and that did not happen. So that's a good one to start us off with. I'm gonna have to find a better one on my list now. Okay, I got one. It's a puzzle game, and I feel like everyone needs to play it, and probably the sequel. But that is Portal. Doesn't offer a whole lot of replayability, but it is a fantastic game, and more people need to actually play it and not just recycle the memes. It introduced at the time a unique and brain bending element where you create two-way doors, but they don't have to connect. So I'm just going to use my current game as a comparison. I could throw a portal there to walk into, and I could throw another portal there, and when I walk in here, I would fall out of there. And they just took that very simple element and turned it into one of the most brain bending, fun puzzle games I've ever played. Not to mention, the whole game is hilarious and pretty, I was going to say passive aggressive, but no, it's aggressive aggressive at you. It makes fun of you in a lovable and fun way. but it makes fun of you for getting things wrong. It lies to you. It
I'm
promises
not
you things for
ordered
doing objectives
to
that it doesn't
sing
give
in the
you.
river.
The whole game messes
And you
with you
haven't
in every
shot me yet,
capacity.
so you need me alive. Curious.
It's also a fun
I'd
game to just watch
hoped
your
to have
friends
enough
play like I
time to
did.
get this
It's one that
fast
I
travel
actually have
device
never
ready,
played one or two, but
but
I've watched. Yeah, because I think Portal 1 was still only for the Xbox's orange box.
Could be. I played it on PC.
Yeah.
Um,
To take more time, but just more a little bit more detail on Uncharted. Just yeah, the puzzles were fun in that game as well, and it was just a fun Indiana Jones style adventure game.
it was. I
Dad,
agree.
my dollar
Just give a
stole
little bit
from a
more
border
detail and
force the
just fun
way the
game
airship.
fun.
Fun game, fun. Hey, Luke, hard game, hard.
Already on it. I've got an order
Boy, have you
airship
been
moving at
saying
speed
that one
towards
a
the
lot
old meat
lately.
processing plant.
I'm
Sending
saying.
coordinates. It's quite a drive. All the way
Started
on the
playing
other side
these
of the common
notoriously
now.
difficult games. Did you know they're difficult for a reason? Shout out to my friend for this recommendation because he recommended it to me, and then I know you played it on my recommendation. Bastion is my next one. I know it wasn't as big a hit for you as it was for me, but not to go off of your play weird games, but that was definitely a game that for me,
It's a weird game.
oh yeah, probably never would have been on my radar
So, is she a
ever.
vampire? How long are her fangs? Did she
But I
make it
trusted
over
my
to her
friend. I
home?
played it, and I was like, okay, yeah,
Just a
no,
human woman, as
that
far as I
was
can tell.
a
Her name is
very good
Sandra.
game.
You were right though. Her
Um,
jacket.
I won't lie, when games have like somewhat deeper meanings or thoughts and ideals behind them, I don't usually catch those or pick up on them or really care. But just as a game as a whole, with the fun elements of it and everything, and the difficulty, because that one at times does have good difficulty spikes. It's like, no,
Yeah,
this
it
is.
does.
I'm not even including the
Yeah.
how challenging can you make the fight uh, side missions. It's just yeah, I mean, it was the story is good, even if it yeah the for how I would almost I don't want to say indie, but for how small budget the game feels, it does yeah. Just the story, it's told very well, very fluid, and doesn't drag out. Music is fantastic on that game. Um, I actually every now and then will just pull up YouTube and just be like, "Yep, nope, I want to hear that song again." Uh, I will say some of the weapons are a little annoying because it's like, okay, once I get an upgrade weapon, never go back to like the pistol or something except to do a challenge. But
Yeah, it did. The
hearts,
end game pretty much became two weapons and then whatever your style of play was for how they're upgraded.
yeah,
Once I have these two, I don't remember their names, but once I have these two and they're upgraded the way I want, I don't ever need another thing again.
yeah, it's like there was 10 different weapons, but in the end, you maybe four mattered.
Yeah. The others were just to get you to those four.
Yep.
But to be fair to the game, you could say that about a lot of games.
Yeah. I mean, let's face it, and to use a fantasy setting, once you get, big explosive fireball, you never go back to little flame.
By no means did I dislike the game, and I'm glad I played it.
No,
And
I
I
didn't
can,
say disliked it, just
yeah,
didn't. Yeah.
and I can see why it's on your list for sure. I think part of the issue wasn't even that I was going for the platinum; it's that I was trying to get the game done in like 4 days so that I could edit it and get it out in a time period.
Mhm. I will say, despite me and you being for the most part trophy hunters, my recommendations are also just you'll enjoy this game. Not this is a good game to platinum.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, that I hope that goes without saying, but if not, I'm glad you said it. Because my next game, I have gotten the platinum, but I have not gotten the 100% yet. Um, just because I don't want it to end. I have it left where I'm like, there's still game to play. As long as I don't finish this, it's still happening. And that game is Cyberpunk 2077, which I know you have not played, but call it whatever you want. Call it an RPG, an FPS, call it a sci-fi game or a horror game. It's not really horror, but you know what I mean. It could be.
I don't want to be accused of being like an RPG gatekeeper, but for games like that, or even like Fallout, and just the big open world games, I almost wish they had their own unique, and they might. I just don't know about. But I wish they had a different classification for them.
Yeah, I could see that. Because maybe it's just because I'm an old head, but when you say RPG, I think like Final Fantasy Pixel editions or Sea of Stars or Final Fantasy 9, but you know, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think Witcher 3, even though I don't think anyone would dispute Witcher as an RPG.
I would say that one probably qualifies more, but just for me, it's more of like you're following a storyline, not hey, here's a huge open world and you can change how the ending is.
Yeah, I get it. But yeah,
Sorry to
Cyberpunk.
detract from your list.
Yeah, Cyberpunk 2077, fantastic story, almost infinite customizability options. Totally replayable, multiple endings. Fantastic game. Looking back on it, it's probably the game that broke me from I just want to experience the mechanics to these stories can be good. Red Dead as well.
I would definitely say that's one of the, I would say 3 to 5 games that actually brought you back into being a gamer.
Yeah. Yep, for sure.
And not just I play games.
Yeah. I actually give a crap now. But no, it's not even, I mean, you could play it probably for the next 700 hours if you wanted to. But it doesn't take that long to get through it. So there's a low time barrier for entry. It can be enormously complicated, but if you spec yourself, and you can go online and look, but if you spec yourself to go with katana, and I can't think of the name of the Japanese dagger that goes with a katana, but if you spec yourself for those two things, Tanto, yeah, that's it. I took two that I got in the first almost introduction to the game. I took those exact same two weapons all the way to the end. I didn't need to worry about upgrading and whatever, which allowed me to focus more on just playing the game. And then I went back and I tried it with guns, and I was like, holy cow, this is hard. But yeah, it's fantastic. I mean, it's got Keanu Reeves in it. He's still cool, right?
Oh no, yeah, he's one of the few that people. I feel like until he dies and somebody's like, "Oh, here's his deep secret," everyone's gonna always love Keanu, and that will now age this video horribly when something comes out about him the next year or two.
God, I hope not. Could we have some nice things in life? could we please be allowed to have something?
One. Can we keep just one?
I'm not even asking for pretty girl. I'm asking for, like, at this point, a 60-year-old Hawaiian dude who collects motorcycles.
And still knows Kung Fu.
I know Kung Fu.
See, now we dated it.
I know you already know, but I can't talk about it. It's one of those things where I hope one day you'll play it, but I ain't gonna push it. Because I know there's
probably will.
I know there's like a dozen things that you want me to play, and I'm like, yeah.
Also, again, as we've discussed. I've not played it, but from what I understand, it's also, and this feels like it's starting to become more of a rarity, a game that actually has decent DLCs that actually add more to the game.
The DLCs are what almost made me cry.
And not just, hey, we made a DLC for more money.
They are amazing and they add so much to the game. It does not feel bolted on. It feels like a logical next chapter.
I don't want to say it just to try and take a shot at the game, but I will say no, now that they've got all the patches and everything fixed, like they're working on this game we're currently playing.
For Cyberpunk?
Yeah. It's like I've the first year, rough. Ever since I'll say, a year and a half after that game came out, I've really not heard anyone really badmouth that game, other than people who haven't played it, who still hold the bias of, it sucked when it came out.
Or the people that just want a reason to complain.
Yep.
And unfortunately, I mean, we can talk about the whats and whys and how we feel about it till we're all blue in the face, but the unfortunate reality of modern day gaming is your crap's going to be broken when it launches. It's just how it is. Like you said, this game we were playing, in real life, it's been about 3 weeks since we've done a bro-op banter because this game wasn't stable enough for us to do it. And I think it was last week even we discussed having to find another game because it just wasn't getting better. Like we were still going to play it because it's fun, but couldn't depend on it. Yeah, there's even the people that were super upset with Cyberpunk for the glitches. There was almost a lawsuit even about it, but even they're like, okay, yeah, it's fixed now. There's no more reason to complain.
Congratulations. That's CD Projekt Red, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah, congratulations. You still have the people with you once again. Kind of along the lines of Uncharted, where I know the second one is overall better, and so like, while I technically should say that one, I like franchise games, so for me, you always start with the first one.
Yeah.
Except for maybe Assassin's Creed, just because the first one definitely still a good game, but shows its age and the lack of missions for Assassin's. I'm not saying Assassin's Creed though.
Yeah.
Kingdom Hearts, the first one.
There you go.
I know I just said I'm not going to try and do RPGs, and I go with an RPG, but
I mean that's again, it's yes. So is Cyberpunk, but I don't think it's what most people think of.
Yeah, but I feel like that one's a little bit more, because it is just following the story. But no, I mean, just... And I will say, compared to... Because I've played, other than the mobile game, all the Kingdom Hearts games.
Mm-hmm.
And I will say, other than... Actually, not any of them. Just the first one alone. To this day, still has the most, in my mind, Easter eggs and like actual hidden details. The other ones are just like, hey, look, it's first one was successful, so more Disney and Final Fantasy. That one though has like
Sleeping Beauty.
Yeah, but this one has like dozens of Easter eggs in certain worlds where it's like, oh, I didn't realize that was a connection to this, or that was an Easter egg to that. Which I honestly kind of mad that they dropped that with the second, third, and other games. Like, actually exploring the world and be like, oh, this fountain has Lady and the Tramp in it. I never noticed that. Or, hey, if you flip this, just like how old school video games were back in the day, if you flip this switch and do that, it activates this thing back here. Like, you actually had to explore that game. You had to do things in order to unlock certain abilities or items. Found a nice treasure chest over here.
Don't do anything stupid. I'm going to do something stupid.
Are you going in the bot hole?
I'm trying to get to that thing.
Oh, so you're not... Okay, so you can teleport back to me. Got it.
Yes, so I can use you as a warp. And you said you need the vehicle for this?
I mean, that's how I got it when I was playing with my friends. I don't necessarily know if that's what's actually required, but that's how I did it. But also going back, I mean, the first game is admittedly also the easiest story to follow, which is always a nice thing. We can actually play a game like, oh, I can follow that. Good.
I got it.
Sweet. So I can teleport to you to get all the stuff over there.
Where
Yeah.
am I? Soldier 3502.
That
And you
would be a
got your
really scary maneuver
How do you
if there wasn't a person
Where
to
are my legs?
let you get back
They're
over.
around here somewhere.
Yep.
Your immune system started to reject the dead frame's
Uh,
artificial muscle fibers, and we had to pick.
but yeah, I mean, the
Soldier
combat
or all his bits and bobs.
combat's still
I'm
good.
sure you understand. Now,
Mechanics
stand
still
with me.
work. I will admit.
Yeah.
Um, Being an
You
old
gotta be heavy,
PS2
eh?
game,
So,
so that game is now,
this
oh
ideal
gosh,
go of world, you'll go wherever Tedium
24 years
leads you.
old, 23
And if
years
you
old.
don't, our IP
Drink.
protection detonator will
Yeah,
make sure everyone gets a piece of that
it's a
pretty
legal
face.
adult
Aye,
now.
you think I'm pretty? Let me give
Um,
you some
some of
vibes.
it is a
Hey,
little bit
where are you
more,
going? Oh,
I don't
so
want to
only
say
you can do
janky,
Gato's
but
humor? Aye, that's not
just
fair.
not as smooth and flowing as games are nowadays. And admittedly, the camera is probably the worst part, but I still recommend the game. It's still fun, still entertaining.
And it
Uh,
opens the door to the series,
yeah,
which is one of the
and
most complicated stories on the planet.
yep, but admittedly, people can say what they want to about Final Fantasy or Disney. If there's one thing those two franchises have in common, it's good music.
Mm-hmm.
So you
Yeah, I
combine the
played the original one or two back in the day, and they were fun.
Mhm.
And none of it, including like I couldn't care less about Disney back then. None of it was up my alley, but it was still a really good game. So
Yep. And again, I mean, granted with the remaster that helps, but because of the art style, graphics still hold up.
yeah,
I mean, I am one of the biggest defenders of graphics don't matter. They can only just help or enhance, but admittedly, I don't know if it's just an age thing, but like you, it's like, yeah, sometimes older games are hard to look at and hurt the eyes.
I want to call them by their Christian name, the Timothys.
Well, now you just make them sound even more evil.
The next one I'm going to put, actually, I was not intending on discussing when we drew this list up weeks ago, but I've had my mind changed. And I don't know if you want to call it a walking sim or a horror game or what, but Still Wakes the Deep is fantastic.
Always feels
Nah,
good.
I had a feeling that one was going to pop up.
It's an amazing, amazing story. And if horror games, because it is definitely a horror game, are not your thing and you don't want to watch it because for whatever reason, just go read a breakdown on how what the game's about, the story. I don't know if it's just because now I'm a dad or what, but that ending broke me. Absolutely, I couldn't form words afterward. It was an amazing experience. It's proof games can be art. The level of detail in the game, the historical accuracy of like how the oil rig is made and what is or is not in it, um, breathtaking. So yeah, it's short, it's sweet. Play that game. Everyone should
It's what
play
a
that.
lot of new games are missing nowadays, and that's actual heart in making the game.
Yes, you could. You know, like how you can tell when food is made by someone that cares. You could tell that game was made by someone that cares. It, I don't have enough good things to say about it. Um, it's one of only two games where I got to the end and I'm like, well, that has affected me and changed me. And It was worth it. I would do it again.
I don't necessarily want to equate this with that's the sign of a good anything. Because what I'm going to say could also be just, attached to tragic or horrific things. But generally, I can tell, and I'll say it, I'm not a parent, but I can tell when something actually affects people whenever I hear them go, well, I have to go hug my kid now.
Yeah, I think I said that at the end, didn't I?
Yeah, you went, I have to go hug my son now.
Yeah. All right. Because I don't know, all of you out in YouTube land, I don't know how you watch videos, but when I watch a movie, you're like, oh, well, if I were the hero, I would do this or I would do that. Or, okay, yeah, your girlfriend just died by a velociraptor to the face, but why are you standing around and grieving? You got to keep going. Like, you can grieve after the movie, is kind of how I look at it.
Or if it's a
And
bad movie, hey, actress B is even hotter and still alive, so cha-ching.
right. Well, Blondie's still moving, so we're good. Um, and by that I mean the band. Anyway, this one finishes the whole game, and then it gives you that afterword, and just that crushing. This is what you're left with. This is the choice you had to make, and this is what it means. Yeah, bravo. Wonderful work. Like I said, was not on my list. You probably knew I was going to mention it before I did, because even when I was talking about Cyberpunk, it wasn't on there. But yeah, well done, the Chinese Room, which
I
is
don't want to
actually a
say you're
bunch of British
predictable.
people. Hmm.
I don't want to say you're predictable. Just said I know what you like.
Hey everybody, Editing Matt here. Unfortunately, we had some stuff come up and we had to cut this early, so we didn't really record an ending. We didn't even get to the ending, so I'm hoping that we'll be able to pick this up again soon, because this has been honestly one of the best conversations we've had, and going back through and editing it, it also flows better than just about anything else. So I hope you liked the video. Go ahead and hit like I said at the beginning. Hit subscribe. Show my brother some love down in the comments. Huge shout out to the guy that basically said that he watches the videos for my brother, because honestly, that's why I do the videos, because he got some amazing takes. And until next time, we'll catch you later.